All right, friends, here we are with Wednesday DLR number 3. Numbers 1 and 2, we are looking at analogies. So number 1 says, SEPT period is to September as NOV period is to November. Capital N O V E M B E R. It's okay if you misspelled it, but I would encourage you as a smart third grader to use the world around you to solve the problems in your life. If you would look around our classroom, you could find a place on our birthday board where the month of November is spelled correctly for you. So as long as you have November, it's okay if it's spelled wrong, but in the future, let's use the world around us to get it right. Number 2, Mississippi is to river, as Atlantic is to ocean. O-C-E-A-N. Numbers 3 and 4, we are using our editing marks and then rewriting the sentence correctly. Number 3, this is one of my favorites when we get to use quotation marks. So the sentence says, Gabriel said, I returned the library book last Tuesday. So this word said is going to give us a clue that Gabriel is talking. When someone's talking, we need to use a comma after said, capitalize the first word after the comma, and then up in the air, we need these quotation marks around everything that Gabriel said. So let's start at the beginning. Gabriel gets a capital G because it's a proper noun. It's also the first word in our third grade sentence. Gabriel said, comma, quotation marks, capital I returned the library book last Tuesday. Capital T on Tuesday. End quotation marks, but we also need end punctuation. So it should belong right here inside the quotation marks. So you want to think of those quotation marks as hands holding together everything that Gabriel said. And that period goes inside the quotation marks so that it doesn't fall off the sentence. These little hands, quotation marks, help keep the period where it belongs. And then, of course, rewrite the sentence with all of those corrections. Capital G for Gabriel said, comma, quotation marks, I returned the library. That's a great third grade word to spell correctly. L-I-B-R-A-R-Y. It's not a library, it's a library. Book last Tuesday. Period. Quotation marks. If you happen to have all of those correct, give yourself a star, but I will be very surprised if anyone did that all right on their own. Be sure to tell me after you check your DLR if you had them all right on your own. If you missed something, even just one of them, don't cry, just mark an X and fix it now with your checking utensil. Number 4, we listened to the song Cherish on the radio. Capital W on we. The title of a song gets a capital letter, and it also gets quotation marks. Not because somebody's talking, there are just special ways that we mark the title of a book, the title of a song, the title of a movie. Songs get quotation marks and period at the end after radio. Then we rewrite the sentence correctly. We listened to the song Cherish on the radio, period. And finally, our last one, we have to use a little bit of context clues. So remember, this is the time that you are a detective using a sentence to figure out an unknown word. He hadn't had lunch and was famished by dinner time. What would famished mean in this sentence? Let's see, what would make sense? He hadn't had lunch and was famished by dinner time. Famished means very hungry. Another great synonym for famished would be starving. If you have something else that you think could be correct, that's not very hungry and it's not starving, you can come ask me when you're finished with the video. Don't forget to chart your progress.